Minister Lametti, you provided our committee with a charter analysis which justifies charter compliance and constitutionality of your mental illness exclusion in Bill C-7. But the one page in your charter statement about this topic does not mention what is likely your strongest argument to justify excluding mental illness from MAID. And that is that almost without exception, mental illness is not irremediable. This is key. As such, mental illness as a sole condition does not meet one of the essential criteria for MAID eligibility in your government's legislation. So please tell us more about how this important irremediability factor fits into your charter analysis and justifies the constitutionality of your mental illness exclusion in Bill C-7.
And I thank you, Senator, for your question. Let me begin by saying that we as a government I recognize personally the profound nature of mental illness and its status as an illness, and I'm certainly in favor of dedicating increasing resources to its study and its understanding. The charter analysis that we have provided represents the uncertainty that the medical community expressed to us with respect to moving forward at this time on this issue. So it does reflect a number of the concerns that you have raised, but it also reflects other concerns that were raised, including concerns that were going in the other direction. And so our point here is that this needs to be studied more carefully. I'm not a doctor, so I'm not going to weigh the various. There are some doctors here present on this committee, including people with expertise. So I'm not going to weigh the two of them, but I am going to commit to looking at the various concerns that you have raised, to looking at the various concerns that others have raised, and working in good faith to see where this might land at the next step. I'm not committing to an outcome, but I am committing to a process, and that be done in good faith and with as I said, the appropriate, the more than appropriate measure of sensitivity towards mental illness and those who live with it, who have lived with it, and those and those other people around persons with mental illness. We all have that is important to do.
Thank you. Minister Lametti, you also provided us with your government's Gender-Based Analysis Plus document for Bill C-7. And I note that your GBA Plus document, it references Dr. Scott Kim's study, but it does not state the alarming fact contained in Dr. Kim's study that 70% of cases of psychiatric MAID in the Netherlands are women. And this is a key fact to note in a Bill C-7 GBA Plus document. And also in assessing why men are 3 times more likely than women to die by suicide overall, your GBA Plus document omits another important fact, and that is a major reason why completed suicide rates are so much higher for men is that men use more lethal means to attempt suicide. And however, MAID eligibility provides guaranteed lethal means. So I would just submit, Minister, this needs to be part of your gender-based analysis on Bill C-7's mental illness exclusion, and I'm asking you to please agree to consider including that. I didn't hear your answer.
Because I was playing with my mute button. I apologize, but thank you for that important question. We will take that. I will take that back to my officials, and I think that inclusion is very possible.
Thank you, Minister Lametti. On that same topic, a few days ago we had Bell Let's Talk Day, and during our committee's pre-study about the subject matter of C-7, many witnesses spoke about the problem with completely detaching MAID requests from suicidality generally. These witnesses, including those representing Indigenous peoples facing suicide crises, mental health experts, and suicide prevention advocates. Your own department has a background document on the Justice Canada website noting that allowing MAID, quote, in circumstances where a person is not approaching natural death could be seen as undermining suicide prevention initiatives and normalizing death as a solution to many forms of suffering, quote. Do you and the Department of Justice, Minister, stand by that statement? And how do you reconcile that with this legislation? Also, if you've changed your mind on this, what specific evidence led to that major shift?
Thank you for the question. Again, the issue is critically important. That justice document represents evidence that was given to us, and medical opinions that were given to us, and we would have to take those into consideration, as well as everything else that you have just stated, in moving forward. That being said, you've heard around this table, even in the last hour and a half, as well as with witnesses who've appeared before you, that there are other expert opinions that have been advanced. We will have to all work together in order to study the question as it needs to be studied, with the appropriate care and concern that needs to be given, with all the empathy that is so necessary when treating these kinds of questions. I'll commit to doing that, and I'll commit to listening as we move forward, however that process is conceived. And I certainly am open to all of the various viewpoints that you've put forward, Senator.